This lesson deals with lines and angles. Review the different types of angles, like corresponding angles, vertical angles. Um, Vertical angles and corresponding angles and alternate interior angles are congruent, and that means that the measurement of the angles are equal to each other. Also review the different type of shapes, like what a line is, what a ray is, segment, etc. In this video, I'm going to focus mainly on finding angles. First question, in the figure, M is parallel to N, and the measure of angle 4 is 118 degrees. Find the measures of the other angles. Well, angle 4 and angle 6 are vertical angles, and how I know that is because they form an X, or separately they form the letter V for vertical. So we can say that the measure of angle 6 is also 118 degrees. Measure of angle 3 is what we're looking for next. Now, angle 3 and angle 4 together, they form a straight line. And these two angles, 3 and 4, are called supplementary angles. And when you add them together, they should equal 180 degrees. So if the measure of angle 4 is 118, then the measure of angle 3 is 118 from 180. So subtract 180 minus 118, and that gives us 62 degrees. We can also find angle 5 because angle 5 and angle 3 are vertical angles. So angle 5, the measure of angle 5 is also 62 degrees. Now, angle 5 and angle 7 are called corresponding angles because they look the same and their rays for each angle go in the same direction. Excuse me. So we can say the measure of angle 7 is also 62 degrees. Well, we can get the measure of angle 1 pretty easily because the measure of angle 1 and angle 7 are vertical angles. So the measure of angle 1 is also 62 degrees. And let's see what's left. Angle 2 and angle 4 are also corresponding angles. So that means the measure of angle 2 is also 118 degrees. And because angle 2 and angle 8 are vertical angles, measure of angle 8 is also 118 degrees. Alternate interior angles, how you know you got those is they form a Z, like angle 3 and angle 7 do. Let's look at the next example. We're also given a particular angle measurement, or two of them in this case, and find the measure of the other angles. Angle EOC and angle HOG are vertical angles, so that makes them congruent, or their measures equal. So that's how we got the measure of angle HOG, 78 degrees. GOF and COA are also vertical angles. So COA is also 65 degrees. Now COA plus AOH form a straight line COG. So we know the measure of COG is 180 degrees. And we just found COA is 65. So we can use a little algebra to solve for the measure of angle AOH. Just subtract 65 from both sides. And let's see, I think I left out an angle. I sure did. I left out angle HOG. That also will give you, the three angles added together will give you a straight line. So HOG is 78 degrees. So let's subtract 115 minus 78. Therefore, the measure of angle AOH is 37 degrees. Now, because angle AOH and angle EOF are vertical angles, and we know that the measures of vertical angles are equal, then we can say that angle EOF is also equal to 37 degrees. Let's look at one more example involving angles and lines. Given ray QR and ray ST are parallel lines, or parallel to each other, and we're given an angle measurement 42 degrees, we need to find the measures of angles 1, 2, and 3. Well, 42 degrees and angle 2 are known as alternate interior angles, and they are congruent, or the measurements equal. So the measure of angle 2 is equal to also 42 degrees. Now we can find the measure of angle 3 because angle 2 plus angle 3 are supplementary angles and they equal to 180 degrees. So just subtract 42 from 180 and you got the measure of angle 3, 138 degrees pretty easily. We can find the measure of angle 1 the same way. The 42 degree angle and angle 1 form supplementary angles, and they add up and equal to 180 degrees. So we'll subtract 180 minus 42, and the measure of angle 1 is also 138 degrees.